Alright guys, welcome back to the final part of Luigi's Mansion guide. This is the Area 4, the final part. It's one of the you know what? No, it is the longest part, and it's hands down the hardest part, but it's also one of the most fun part, because you're always doing something. So what we're going to do is head all the way back up to the roof of the mansion where we fought Bulassis. So I'll see you guys there in just 1 second. So now what we're going to do is, when we enter through this door, we're going to hit pause, switch over to the sidestep option, which will help us in just a second. What the sidestep option does is, when you are in a dark room, use the C stick to turn and all that, and the control stick just to move left to right, up, down. So this will actually help us not get scared by any ghosts on the way down in the mansion, because now the power is going to go out from being struck by lightning, and now it's our job to restore power. So you guys gonna call us, and what we do, for me, I don't understand. I get scared by this one ghost no matter what. We just face this way and walk the whole way down. Sometimes you'll spawn ghosts, but you won't get scared. So we're gonna walk through here. For some reason, I accidentally pulled out my camera, and we're gonna actually avoid this ghost right here. There's a ghost that spawns right there. We're gonna look this way the whole time so we don't get scared. Enter this room, and we're gonna mirror warp. And where we're going to go now is we're going to head to the third room we ever entered with the first instance of the banana ghost. We are going to find a completely RNG boss ghost named Grimly, where he can show his heart instantly or 15-20 seconds later. It's not fun. We're going to walk this way, position our vacuum light or our flashlight like that, and then just position our flashlight a little bit to the right. You'll still spawn ghosts. You won't get hit. You won't get scared. This is the most perfect RNG. This will never happen. One thing I do need to note, though, you should honestly be up against the wardrobe like we did with Nigel, facing the opposite direction, but the vacuum all the way at the top. And when the second you grab him, you want to drag him all the way to the bottom left so we can get the key. So now we're going to mirror warp back. But the reason why I just grabbed him instantly is just because, like, that is perfect RNG. So you actually probably won't lose any time if you grab him the second you walk in the room. And that's what I get for not spinning again. So now we're going to head to the basement. Now the basement is one of the hardest parts in the game, but we're only going to deal with 2 rooms. And we're only going to deal with these 2 rooms to get a key and a boo. Now you can see there's a boo bump thing in the table to the left, but I'm 99.9% sure the boo is not there. This room, I hate this room because the boo trolls the hell out of you. What I do, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I check right here. It's like, alright, he's in there. I don't think so. Yeah. Then these barrels just cause hell, and I actually had a good barrel. Now what you want to do is you want to have the vacuum go in facing him, and usually he charges you, but you will never be able to one-cycle him, but it is possible. You want to chase him across the room, and right before he leaves the room is when you start the boo pump. If he charges you, he needs to be at a certain height, and you need to be at a certain angle with the vacuum that you can actually one-cycle him. If he charged me there, that would have been a one-cycle boo, and that would have been very hype. V-Man gets that only like 70% of the time. It's really hard. So now we're going to use our vacuum, spawn this pink guy here. He can't hit you. He cannot hit you. So you want to pull out your flashlight, hit him. Boom. Then, just, you know what, just use your vacuum on this, because no matter how many times I hit it, it never shakes me. I always do it because I'm dumb. Get this ghost, and boom. I think that's the end. Yep. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to check if the boo's in here. Usually he is in there, but he's not. So we're going to check around the room and see where it is. And actually, sucking up the dust is a lot faster than using the work pad, but we'll get about that later. So what we're going to want to do is just stand here and just do the boo pump. Now you see this, like, I'm getting a little worried because of the auto lock. I'm like, oh my god, this boo's going to get away. He doesn't. Position myself right in front of the chest with the boo. And I'm just saving. Like, Area 4 is just a pain in the ass, so I'm always saving after every boo. Grab the key, and now we're going to head all the way back upstairs, back to where Bulassis was. So now one thing me and Javo do differently than the other runners is we actually grab the fire here, as you can actually save just a couple seconds with some text or flashlight skips, and then you can actually, when we get to the Boston burn, I feel safer already having the fire, and it makes me set it up easier. So right there, that's already 2 seconds we saved just from doing the flashlight skip that no one else really grabs the fire there for. But it probably saves the time we get for the fire, so then it's probably the Boston burn where a couple extra seconds are saved. Yeah, accidentally shot a fireball there. So area 4, a lot of it is optional in the any percent guide. There's only about a couple rooms that we actually honestly need to do. So we're going to run all the way over here. I'm going to enter the toy soldier room. And what we're going to do is we got to hit every, God, what are those called? Something clocks. Cuckoo clocks, that's what they're called. God, I haven't seen one of those since my great-grandmother's place. God, she had like them everywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to get each toy soldier differently. We're going to grab the closest one first, of course, one because it's closest. And then the green ghost is the fastest, so I usually grab him second. So he's always like running right at you at full speed. And the blue ghost who has all the pearls is slower, so you want to grab him last. And what you always want to do, you want to pull these guys over in the corner. I also use the C stick for these ghosts. Preference because they're faster. I use the control stick to get them into a corner, and then I just use the C stick to drain their health. And now comes one of the coolest tricks in the game, the Boston Burn, found by Boston Brew. Basically what we do is we get every single shy guy on the roof. It's pretty cool. So I shoot my fire out and I start lighting all the shy guys on fire. Then I'm going to walk over here and have this purple shy guy hit me. And he'll move me over here, which will then allow all the shy guys to group up. I grab them all, boom, all 6 of them. It's probably the most impressive looking trick. I like it. No, it's either that or the 1 second 3 boxes. Come over here, light that guy on fire, and set yourself up for a double. And boom, that is the roof. This, it'll take some time getting used to actually setting up that double and getting the Boston Burn. So we're going to come up here, grab the key, and I accidentally grabbed the ladder again somehow. Grab the key, and what we want to do to skip climbing the ladder is you just pull out your vacuum and just walk off the ladder. Boom. There's something you can do with the camera that you can actually save all the time you lose by the landing frame. I forget how you do it. I think you just pull out the camera as you start falling and you just skip that frame. So now comes one of the most trolly boos in the whole game. Mainly because everywhere around you is darkness. So if you don't one-cycle him, you can get screwed out of a good couple minutes just from him running around in the dark rooms if he goes the wrong way. So what I want to do is grab this banana guy, spawn this orange ghost, right? Light him on fire, walk over here, hit this armor, right? Light him, burn him to death, light that grappler on fire, right? I like to light the pink ghost on fire and then get grabbed and set myself up for a double, right? And then I'm grabbing the health because I'm pretty low on health, right? I'm trying to hit this guy. Get this blue ghost, drag him all the way to the very back, right? And then hit this, spawn this pink ghost, and boom, the room's done. And now, here comes the hardest boot in one cycle. He has exactly 150 health, which means you basically have to do it perfectly. So I went to grab that health and I was being like slow. So now I'm trying to find out where the boo is, and I got a very good spawn. I prefer if the boo is over here. So now you're gonna do the boo pump till you get 100, like perfect, 150. Now he can be on the outside of the armor, and what you do is you don't run to him. You actually do what you do in the cellar room where the power switch is, and just look away from him and use the vacuum, and he will charge at you. And that is how you get him to come at you, and that's how you one-cycle him if you don't get him in the center of the room. So now we're going to go all the way over to this cloth, rip it off, and now we're going to mirror warp and head right back down to the basement. So what you want to do is you actually want to suck up the dirt, as it's actually faster to suck up the dirt than to get the one warp panel, flip panel thing, and go all the way over, flip it down again. I think it's like 1 to 2 seconds faster if you get all the dirt and do it correctly. But once you enter this room, you want to head up here and just start walking down here. Like, you got to be positioned correctly. Then you want to give it a second and try and line yourself up for a triple. This is one of the harder rooms to get a triple in. So, it's, yeah, it's something. One thing you should do, which I kind of got screwed a tiny bit, was, try and get this ice, or shoot the ice on the water, but because I instantly had that, the boo from the breaker room found, I was like, well, crap. And then I instantly forgot to get the ice on the water, because what you do is when you one cycle, or not one cycle, when you yeah, I guess when you get either booze, like you ride yourself across the ice and hit the thing you'll see in a second. But I'm gonna try and show you what the optimal outcome is. Like you see, he has 104 health. The optimal outcome is if he goes back in the room. So it's very hard to one cycle this. It is possible. Fi does it, and I think V-Man does. I couldn't tell you how to do it, but actually I think you may see me try and weasel my way around the ice to try and get to the real well thing. Yeah, see, if I was closer, like in the center, and I'd say I found the boo in like the crate, I would have moved myself across here, and when the second I grabbed him, I would have activated this, and I think it saves like 1 or 2 seconds because you don't like put your vacuum away or something. It's a dumb animation thing. So then you're gonna run all the way across and grab this key, and we're about 3/4 of the way done with area 4. We have 2 more portrait ghosts and we're done. We have the area 4 boss, which is King Boo, and that's it. We need 1 more Boo. You need 40 Boos to fight King Boo, so we are literally almost done. Now this boss ghost, or this portrait ghost, I do not use C-Stick. If you use C-Stick, you must use Control Stick, or you will, without a doubt, lose control of this ghost. So what you want to do is come over here and light these little logs on fire, and just mash A and B as fast as you can while holding L. That's what I do. So you're mashing A and B, and then L, because it'll instantly pull out your fire, and then you can instantly just start getting him. Now he is one of the harder ghosts, because the ice physics kind of sucks. So using a Control Stick is... You have to. If you use C-Stick, you will 100% never be able to one-cycle him. It's just virtually impossible. I like to grab the pearls in this room because auto-locking on the pearls sucks. So I grabbed the key, I think. No. I checked for this Boo, right? Grabbed the key while the Boo's still spawning. And I kind of screw up. I should have grabbed the key and then went for the Boo. But I think this all works out in my favor, yeah. So I'm gonna not be able to one cycle in this room because of that stupid little mistake. He's gonna pop out here, and what I'm gonna do is, if you don't look at him, he will go the opposite direction of where you're looking. I mean, he'll go the direction of where you're looking, I'm sorry. So I had him sent in here, and as you can tell again, he doesn't have the same amount of health. And you wanna try and like, sometimes he charges at you, that's why I was standing still, but then you just one cycle him in here. And once we're done one cycling, that is all the Boos we need, and all we need to do is go upstairs all the way to Van Gore, which I'm going to have GC take over again, because Van Gore, I hate his room so bad. I would have had a 103, but I choked minutes on Van Gore because I missed every single triple. So I'm going to hand it off to GC once we get to the Van Gore room, and I'll see you all after that.
What's up guys, it's GC again, coming here to explain the Van Gore room, which is one of the final rooms of any run of Luigi's Mansion. The story behind this portrait ghost is that he is making paintings of all the regular ghosts throughout the mansion and bringing them to life. And your goal is to suck up this ghost and get the key and then go to King Boo. So Van Gore, this room is a little bit tricky. It's almost like a mini boss. He'll spawn all the pictures you see in groups of 3, starting with these orange ghosts. So your goal ideally is to get triples all the way through from the left to the right. Now personally, I like to stay to the bottom left because I feel like the ghosts will group together better than when you're kind of in the middle or on the bottom. Another trick with these blue ghosts, they like to pull hard. Some people do like to use the C-Stick. I'm not one of them, but I know that people, when ghosts are spinning in circles, do like to use the C-Stick. Another noteworthy thing is that when these ghosts are spawning, you actually have a little bit of control of Luigi to position yourself in the room the way you want to. So you're going to see as he's going and getting these ghosts, some of these triples can be a little bit tricky and can actually cause people to lose minutes at a time just on this one room. These Shy Guys do like to group up though, and it does make it a little bit easier, kind of like the Boston Burn. And with these banana ghosts, usually I just try to approach from the right side and then just grab the triple and try and avoid the bananas that are left on the ground. So you'll see here that Luigi's actually going to be moving during the spawning, and you just spray these guys with fire because it's a lot faster than trying to suck them up individually. Then just come over to the bottom of the screen and grab Van Gore in the bottom right corner of the room, because corners are way easier to suck up ghosts. And then once you do that, you just grab the key and you're on your way out to finish the run at King Boo.
Alright, I gotta thank my friend GC again. I'm gonna link his channel in the description again below for helping me out one last time for the Luigi's Mansion guide. And now we're coming to a very end. We're gonna mirror work back to the beginning, head all the way to the basement, and run all the way to King Boo, because we have nothing else to do with the game. Now, the thing with King Boo, there is actually a glitch that if you get too close to King Boo, you can actually grab his crown, and it does end the fight, but it doesn't give you a true ending, so that glitch is actually banned in every category, even any % out of bounds, which abuses the hell out of a glitch. But that is banned, so there's actually two ways. You can actually two-cycle King Boo. He is the second area boss that you can actually two-cycle. It's only him and Chauncey you can two-cycle, but the two-cycle is actually probably the hardest trick to learn, but once you learn it, you get it down pretty consistently. Actually, in this clip that you're going to see, I actually get the two-cycle my first try. So I'm going to start explaining how it works now. The way the fight works, it's very tricky. You want to be dodging an ice ball while spinning in a circle underneath King Boo as it drains his health faster while dodging the ice ball all the way till he gets to about 330 health. Then you start the Boo Pump strat. And then you stop, or you get as close as you can to 200 or down to 200. I think the lowest I've ever gotten was 235, 240. And he'll go back in his little Bowser head. And then you do the same thing the second cycle, and you start the Boo Pump at 90. And then I'll show you guys how the 3-cycle works. The 3-cycle works the same way, except for you get him down to like 260, 270, and then you get him down to like as close as you can to 200, but not below 200, because then he'll start a longer, crazier pattern for his attacks. So now you guys are going to see how the 2-cycle works, and it took me a good 4 to 5 hours to consistently get the 2-cycle down. So time ends when you suck up King Boo. And the way we start the fight is we actually bring out our vacuum and we hide behind this one pillar. And the reason why we hide behind this one pillar is it actually sets in stone what King Boo is going to do. He's going to shoot out fire and then throw balls. Like, as you can see right here, shoots out fire and then he's about to throw out explosive balls. And you can actually catch him, but I prefer hiding behind here. It doesn't lose you any time or anything. Line up on that line. It has to be on that line. And the second he opens his mouth, you shoot him in the face. Now you're going to be spinning and dodging. And you're going to see here, I actually start the Boo Pump at 235, which is actually a mistake. As you're going to see, King Boo now goes into Bowser at 255. If I did that at exactly at 330, it would have been at 250, which then that would have been perfectly half. That means I have to do it perfect both times in a row. Or almost absolutely perfect. So I'm standing on the line and I do the same thing. And you're going to see me. To make up, I think I wait till 85 to start the Boo Pump, actually, to make up for it. Let's see if I can. No, I start around 90, actually. So I suck up King Boo, and there's time. The second I suck him up, and that's it. You're done with the speed run. So that is the end of the Luigi's Mansion any % guide for there. But now I'm going to show you guys how to do the fast 3-cycle of King Boo, because you most likely will not be able to 2-cycle King Boo just yet. So you're going to start the fight, same as usual, hide behind the pillar, wait for him to shoot those explosive balls out at you. Run out, grab them, step on this line, stand directly on where those lines meet, and do the exact same thing. Repeat it. So as you can see, I think, yeah, I walked a little too far back at King Boo and moved around, so I lost a little bit. I'm like, damn. So now I try and get Boo Pump. Yeah, 260. 260 is almost impossible. The most I've gotten in one cycle, though, is 240, 235-ish. And so it is possible, just extremely hard. Repeat. And now you're going to see, I'm not going to get him below 200. I'm going to wait. I think I get him to 205, and then I just run away. I get him to 202, and I'm like just hiding behind here. Now I'm just waiting for King Boo to go back in. So now, We do the same thing we did for the 2-cycle King Boo, except for now it's a lot easier since, you know, you have to drain only 202 versus 255, 250. And so that's basically the end of the Luigi's Mansion Any Percent guide. I really hope I helped you guys out. I'm sorry, I know I spoke too fast throughout this whole guide, but there was so much going on that I needed to explain as much as I could in the allotted time I had, because I tried to, like, show you how a speedrun's done. And I had a lot of help from my friends Javo, GC, V-Man. Even though he didn't commentate, he was supposed to do Chauncey and King Boo, but he helped me out a lot. He taught me so much. He supported me so much when I started this game. You all need to follow V-Man 3000. He was such a good friend. He is a great friend of mine. I met him at SGDQ. Fantastic friend, and I can't wait to see him at AGDQ if he goes. He holds world record in, I think, every category but PAL 100%, max percent, and low percent. Those categories are really hard. I gotta give shout outs to my friends again. Sarkrai for allowing me to use the Bogmire clip. I also gotta give a shout out to Javo for that amazing Bulas's commentary earlier. And he's also a great Luigi's Mansion runner. He's one of the best. And he's just a great friend, and you all should go follow him. Malio, who's making the task for this game. He's doing so much for this community. Fire Dragon 764, he's actually the main reason I started speedrunning. Him and Professor Broman made me want to speedrun. They were just great people, and they're the reason I speedrun today. GC for being a rival that kicked my ass within 2 weeks of speedrunning the game. He's a goddamn savant. His first run was a 114, I think. I'm like, oh, you won't get 120. Like, it's so hard to get sub 120. 114, and I instantly knew. I'm like, he's gonna bot me. So I gotta give shout out to my boy GC. He helped me a lot on this. He is actually reviewing my videos. He's helping me out. He's telling me what I should be doing. And he's just a great rival and a great friend of mine. And I gotta thank you, man. All these people I'm going to link below. And alright, that is the end of the Luigi's Mansion Any Percent guide. I really appreciate it, guys. I hope this helped you out a lot. And I hope I can see you speedrunning very soon.